It's Lil G, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Good Bastard.
Hit the back door, kick it in, get on point, it's time to score. I can't tell the stories that I seen, it been through, cut that slow, stand on two.
Alright, today we got Lil G jumping off the porch with us today.
Jumping off the porch with Dirty Good Bastard. What's up, what's up?
How you feeling today, gang?
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling cool.
For sure, man. It's a pleasure to have you on this porch with us today, man.
For sure, for sure.
So what you out here working on in Atlanta?
Well, I was out here really trying to hop in the studios and get into different studios, but the studio man's been playing, so I really been straight business, just networking, just make sure I network out here, for sure.
How they playing with you?
They just, you know, they ain't like, I don't like how they working their business. When I work my business, I like it being professional, you know, they ain't professional to me.
You gotta come rock with us up here, plugged in.
Say less, I'll definitely see what's to that.
Say no more. So tell me about growing up out there in Chicago.
Growing up out there in Chicago, for me, I could say it was fun, but at the same time, it was like, I experienced a lot of shit. Like, when I was growing up, my aunties and them, they still on Section 8 and shit. Like, talking to you right now, they still on Section 8. So, me just growing up, I didn't see people get shot. I didn't see a lot of stuff. So, me growing up, it wasn't hard, but I seen a lot of stuff growing up. I experienced a lot of stuff, I can say that.
For sure. How would you describe the trenches of Chicago versus any other hood you ever seen?
I could say it's different. Like, it ain't something you could just go in there and just like play with, or how you want to just go in there. You gotta pick and choose wisely and make sure you stay focused, because in the trenches out there, like, you could get caught up in some shit you ain't got nothing to do with just because you're around that certain person or something, or you fucking with them. So you gotta make sure, you know, whatever you want to do, and make sure you do it as wise, and then make sure that's what you want to do and not follow nobody else's path, because you fuck up, your head off your shoulders, you off.
Straight up. Would you say it's hard to make it out of Chicago?
I say, yeah, it's challenging. It's something, because especially being 15, I'm only 15. I'm doing this shit at 15, I'm getting this shit out the mud. So me, it's even harder. I gotta work harder. I ain't old enough to even go get no legal job. So I gotta really go get the shit out the mud and work 10 times harder than anybody my age. I gotta, you know, go harder. So I can say it's definitely challenging, because we don't get a lot of people who probably look at us and help us out and throw a hand out. But even though I don't look for no hand out, I'm gonna do that shit myself anyway. So how hard it is, it don't matter, I'm gonna do it. Straight
up. So how would you describe your childhood coming up out there?
Like I said, it was fun. I wasn't really ever had, but growing up, I definitely had it hard. It was times I ain't even had no, the light bills was off and shit like that. I got to go to my auntie crib, shit like that. I definitely had hard, but I wasn't fucked up. My pops and my OG definitely made sure I was straight, definitely overwhelmed. I was always thorough. There was never in need for shit. You feel me?
That's real. So going through all those trials and tribulations and struggle, when would you say you decided to jump off the porch?
I wouldn't even never say I had jumped off the porch. I would really say when I first stepped up in this shit, the porch was already made. So all I had to do was just step up on that motherfucker and show motherfuckers how I'm coming. Because my pops made sure I ain't have to go do all that. That shit was already stamped for me. So when I get in this shit, show them how I'm coming, just rock that bitch myself, step up on the porch.
Straight up. For you to be so young, I know a lot of old heads and OGs probably give you a lot of credibility for having a good head on your shoulders.
For sure.
How would you say, what made you be so mature at such a young age?
I say the stuff I seen and the stuff I've been through just like made me like not want to move like nobody else. Like I ain't the same average 15-year-old that's like everybody else is. Like I move my own way and carry my own self like a grown man, like that I am, carry myself the right way. So can't nobody say I'm moving like them or following out of nobody. I got my own shit, I stand on my own shit. I'm working on something, pushing my brand called Taliban, that's my own shit. I don't follow after no gang, I don't gang bang, I'm my own shit.
That's real. So when would you say you decided to make music?
I first made my first song when I was like, I'd say 7 or 8. I got in the studio with my cousin. We did it all in the crib. It was like it wasn't professional at all, but I called it Going At It. It was a song called Going At It, and then I really started taking that shit serious in like 2021. I started pushing that shit, just pushing it, and then now I'm focused, locked in on it.
What motivated you to start making music?
I could really say what motivated me is just like my pops being locked up, seeing my aunties and grandmas on Section 8, and wanting a better life for everybody in my family, and wanting to move my OG out the rack, because that ain't what I wanted to be. So if I make a better way for them, I also want to make a better way for myself. Like when I rap, I got a real passion for rapping, and that's a true talent for me. Like when I rap, and shit come out fake, cause I ain't gotta fake it at all. Like when I'm talking, it just gonna all come out real, cause it's pure. It ain't nothing gotta be faked at all. So that's how I know it's my true passion. I just keep going for it.
Straight like that. How did it affect you once your dad went away to jail?
I could say it made me look at shit different, cause I could see like there's so much he could say and give me life lessons over the phone and make sure my head on, make sure I don't go through the shit he been through. So it just like, it showed me that I gotta be my own person and be my own man and do this shit myself without no handout and get it out the mud without nobody help, you know? Do this myself, really.
Straight up. How proud of your parents are you to this day?
They real proud. Actually, they real proud. Me seeing how my work ethics is and seeing how I became off of them teaching me what they teach me, and me becoming off myself, me moving and things been around me. So me seeing what's around me and like seeing how somebody else would be moving made me not want to move like them. Like I want to be my own man.
Straight up. What would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make for you to be successful?
I'd say the biggest sacrifice I had to make was making sure the right people around me and make sure I got my family around me. Once I spoke, you see, I just spoke on Taliban. Taliban is a movement which strictly my family that's on the scene, the real times I'm on. So it was just sacrificing that I had the real people around me and that's gonna actually support me and push me. And once I got that around me, I just had to sacrifice all the bad energy and people and get it from around me and make sure I got nothing but good intentions and, you know, so I could win without no fluky shit and no fake shit around me.
Straight up. Who would you list as some of your musical influences?
That like influenced me to rap?
Yeah.
I'd say myself, because listening to myself every day and building song by song and make me want to go hard and be better than I am. So I'm just really competing with myself. I don't really care too much what nobody else got going on. I'm just inspiring myself, just building myself so I can be the best I could be.
Straight up. So nobody inspires you to start making?
Nah.
That's real. What would you say it takes to make it out of Chicago?
What I think it takes to make it out of Chicago is to stay focused and don't lose track of what you're trying to do, because if you can stay focused and not get mixed in the wrong crowd and mixed with the wrong shit, you could always, you can win. You definitely can win, because you ain't around nothing negative and you got something good going for yourself and you staying focused on what you want to do. So I feel like that's a good way to make it out the right, just staying focused.
Straight up. How would you describe the music scene back at home in the rap?
Or other artists?
Yeah.
I think they stepping up, but I feel like it's certain artists, I ain't throwing no shots out at all, but I feel like I'm working hard, so they gotta see me. I feel like they ain't seeing me, so right now they doing what they doing, but I feel like it ain't good enough and it ain't gonna last long. But it's definitely some grace in the rock, like, you know, Polo G, Herbo, yeah.
Straight like that. Would you say there are any supportive platforms in the city? Like back in the day, I know it was Wallacam and shit like that, GCI, Power 92, but what platforms would you say exist today that help push the sound of the music coming out of Chicago?
I really think it's social media platforms, social media these days, because there's a lot of people that's on social media and they got their hair wrapped up in it. So if you could find a right person to promote you or just go around the right group of people, the right person, you could definitely push yourself and get up out there.
For sure.
Just finding the right people and not being around.
For sure. So we know Chicago's a dominant city, right? Do you feel you can be successful and not be gangster?
Of course. Everything ain't gotta be gangster, you just gotta be yourself. And once you be yourself, people gonna see you for your true self. You ain't gotta try to be something you're not, because faking it is gonna always pop out like that. And faking it ain't gonna never get you nowhere. And it's hard to do. I know it's hard to do because you faking it. Where you getting it from?
Yeah. Why do you think people, like you said, fake it, or it's hard for them to be themselves?
Because their environment, they look up to certain expectations for them, I guess. So they want them to be something they're not, and I guess they sometimes like that. But, you know, people just feed off other people too. Like they'll see somebody else trying to be so hard, like or setting this certain wave or setting this certain image. Now they want to do it just because they influenced by it. But once you stay your true character, you shouldn't need to do all of that.
Straight up. What is it that you want listeners to take from your music?
My message and what I'm speaking about and how I'm getting it out the mud and doing it so young at my age. I'm only 15, like I said, and ain't a lot of people doing what I'm doing. See what I'm saying? Like I'm working harder than people. I told you I got different work ethics. So the way I'm working at 15, I want y'all to see what I'm talking about and what my message through my songs and how hard I'm coming.
Straight up. Talk about your work ethic, right? Being 15 years old, you got to compete with grown-ass men. You got to compete with young niggas who doing, you know what I'm saying, TikTok and all this shit, but you coming from the thorough heart of Chicago.
Right.
So talk about how you compete in your work ethic.
Being in Chicago is like competing because Chicago hot, so when you coming out the rack, I guess they look at it a certain way anyway because you coming out the rack, you got to be this certain, you know. But I'm putting on for myself. Like I said, I'm competing for myself, so my work ethic it's only gonna just get better and better. And coming out the rack, you're gonna see, like, that's where you come from. You can tell how I'm working.
That's real. So let's talk about this upcoming EP project you got coming out, On the Mission.
On the Mission, I actually just dropped it.
Okay, it's out already. My fault. Out now. Y'all gonna tap into that right now.
I dropped On the Mission March 14th. March 14th, I dropped On the Mission. Got like 7 songs, and they got a extra song at the end called Free My Pops. That was strictly for my pops, Free My Pops.
So walk us down through that project. Walk us through the creative process.
The creating process of that project was I'm giving out a statement. I'm trying to say something. So me saying I'm trying to come hard, like I'm giving it to y'all. I'm showing my hand, so they can't do nothing but accept it because it's there already. So on this project, I'm just looking to build and show them how I'm coming really, and putting out song by song, listening and make sure it's right. I'm not just doing anything and just wrapping the project up, making it nothing. I gotta wrap it up and make it something and put it to something so they can know how I'm coming.
For sure. So what can we expect from your upcoming full-length project?
What you mean full length?
Like, you know, an EP are only a certain amount of songs.
Right.
Now, an album might be like 12, you know what I'm saying?
12. You could really expect it's gonna take some time because when I build an album, I'm not gonna just put out nothing. I want y'all to hear me and put out a statement. Again, a bigger statement though, because I got an album, I got more songs to add to it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure every song means something. Down the road, down the list, it's gonna mean something. So you gotta listen to it.
For sure. Being that you are 15 years old, right?
Right.
And seeing that you are very mature for your age, do you put your partners on point?
For sure. Everybody around me really already on point. That's why I keep them around because I don't got time to go build somebody who ain't on point. They already on point. So we gotta make sure we even more on point and we all on the same type of time. So once we on the same type of time, that's why the people around me, they're around me on the same type of time as I am.
That's straight up. So how important would you say it is to have a solid support system?
I say it's very important because that means a lot, really. If you ain't got nobody supporting you and you ain't got nobody helping you or pushing you, it's really nothing because you ain't got no help to it. But if you got a solid support system, it's easier and you got more help. So you just got to make sure you feed your support system back once you get up on what they supported you.
For sure. So you independent right now, right?
Yes, sir.
What would it take for you to sign to that major label?
It's gonna take a lot because I ain't planning on signing no deal right now. I ain't really looking for no deal or no handout right now. I'm doing this shit independent. So when somebody come with something right and something I want to hear, we could talk and we could get something going, definitely.
For sure. Why would you say you prefer to be independent versus majorly signed?
I'd rather say I prefer to be independent because there's a lot of people getting ripped out their contracts and I know I'm bigger than what I am. I can't let my true talent go to waste. And I told you, just rap stuff a passion for me. So when I rap, it's gonna come out pure and I got a lot of stuff I could put out for a long time. I could never, it can't stop soon. So I got a long way so I'd rather be independent because I ain't gonna get ripped out of nothing I'm doing. I'm working hard for this shit and ain't no play though. There ain't no play money, this shit for real.
Straight up. So what else you working on right now?
Working on some more songs, working on some more EPs, some albums. I've got a lot of more stuff coming, videos, features, a lot of them coming.
Features? Who you got features with?
Can't speak on that.
Man,
right
you
now.
can give us a little song, man.
I can't speak on that.
I like that. I respect that. I respect that, gang. 15 years old, solid work ethic, solid support system. What's next for Lil G?
What's next, I could say, is me getting bigger and being where I need to be at. Just pushing Taliban as my what I'm working around. That's what I'm pushing Taliban. That's more. That's like I'm signing a couple artists with me. I'm pushing Taliban and I'm pushing myself so I could be on that bigger stage and make sure I get there.
That's real. Tell the truth, bro. How many old niggas be hating on you?
I can't even lie. I get hate from a lot of ages, but you know, the hate go come, and it just comes to the way I carry myself, and they hate on me just the way I'm moving, like what I go get and how I go get it, and what I do. They can't do it, and they never did it, and they never touched it. I didn't touch some shit they never even seen. So for me, just doing that, it's gonna come hate, and I love that shit because it's gonna only go big, and I want it. I want that shit.
For sure. So how do you deal with that shit? Because like you said, a lot of valid shit. You doing a lot of shit a lot of niggas is not doing. You already got a mindset a lot of old niggas don't got, bro. I'm tell you that straight up. So how do you deal with the bullshit that come your way?
I can say I really ignore that shit and I go harder because I see it. I ain't got no choice other to see. I see that shit and I go harder. It's only gonna make me go harder. I can't fold. I ain't here to fold. I'm here to show y'all how I'm coming, and how I'm coming is me stepping on y'all neck, putting that pressure on their ass so they can see it.
Straight up. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself successful and somewhere I want to be because I'm pushing for a long time, so it ain't going to be no other choice but to accept it because I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to show my hand to them. I'm going to give it to them. So how much I'm going to give it to them, they can't do it. There's so much pressure that you got to take it.
Straight like that. So besides music, what's some of the other business aspects you're interested in?
I'm still in school, and I still could play sports. I still can get into basketball, so one day I probably still could go to the league. You never know. I still working in school. I'm never falling off. I'm still working.
How supportive is your school of you? The faculty at your school? You know you got them teachers who always gonna look out for you, honey.
Yeah, they definitely supportive. I got a lot of supportive friends there too. Shout out to my friends there. I got a lot of supportive friends and a group that, you know, I only stay around what's real and I look better for me, what's going to only better me. I don't stay around nothing fake. So the teachers, they definitely fuck with me too. I got a lot of teachers that fuck with me.
That's real. You need that solid support.
Yeah.
So how much of an impact would you say your father had on your success in your life?
My pops, he really motivated me every day. Like, he motivated me. He really my biggest motivation, one of them, because he motivated me to go hard every day. He pushed me to go harder through a jail phone, giving me life lessons and make sure that my head on my shoulders and I'm 10 steps ahead. My pops, he didn't be murdered. He didn't been shot 13 times before. He right now on pending charges right now as I'm talking to you. So he motivated me because he still standing 10 toes, is going through all of that. He motivated me, so that motivated me to go harder because, like, you know, it's my pop.
Real. So it's only right that you would stand up, nigga, because you got the game from a stand-up nigga.
Got the game for me already. It's already there for me. So once it's there, like I told you, the Porch shit, once it's there, I just had to step up on it and show them that I'm here.
That's real.
It was already made for me.
Any last words and shout-outs?
Shout out to my family. Shout out who rocking with me for real. And shout out Taliban.
Gang.
Let the back door kick it in, get on point, it's time to score. I can't tell the story